So hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you all people are doing fine. So let's get started. In today's video, if you have seen my previous video, we had done this component over here, which is car features. Today in this video, we'll be making this reviews component. We'll be adding this review text and see all text, as well as we'll be maintaining the code repetition, which is we'll be moving this into a separate components, and as well as we'll be making this review screen. And as you know that we use the components in a repetitive way, so we'll be using this same exact component over here. So let's see that how we can customize this particular component into this component. The difference between these two is that if you can see, here is 1 star, here are 5 stars. So you have to like calculate, if there is 4 rating, then you have to mark 4 star as colored and 1 star as uncolored. So yeah, these are the things that which we are going to do today. So before moving on to the video, let me tell you that if you have not cloned this particular repository, so please do clone it. And now in this video you have to come to this particular branch, which is car underscore detail, and you can take the pull from home underscore screen branch. So all the latest code which you can see of the home screen branch will be in this particular branch, and today's work you will have to continue in this branch. And many of you people have commented that they are not able to run the project. So I have solved this issue in yesterday's video. I have run the project using npm as well as yarn. So if you have any confusion regarding that, so watch my previous video, which is hashtag 10 and the title. So let's get started. So let's come over here and start the metro bundler. So kill all node and type yarn start. Okay, now just open our application and see. Yeah, so it's loading. So let's come to the home screen and see what we can do now. Close this and close this particular folder. Yes, now close this terminal. Let's go to the search screen and click on car. As you can see, yesterday we had left over here. So now what we are going to do, let's come to this screen, car screen. So yesterday what we did, we made this particular screen and we left to this particular section, which is car feature, and we had made a component. So the component which we have written, it's in the same file of the car screen. So we are going to separate it out into components folder. So let's do that first. So as you can see, this particular code is of a particular card. So let's copy this and make another folder. So let's make a folder car. Let's name feature. So a feature component, and it will be a component dot tsx. So let me rename it. It's going to be a file. Let me delete it again and let me type it again. Component.tsx and yes, feature.style.ts. So it should be styles. Yeah, so let's copy the styles and paste it over here. Remove unnecessary one and type rnfe feature component. So let's come to this particular screen, which is home, which is car screen. Copy the whole code which we need. If you can see, we need this much amount of code. So let's copy and paste it over here. Import the pressable from React Native and import the material icon from the material community icons. Import the colors, scale, as well as let's write the styles. Create style from feature style. Now let's go to the same screen, car screen. Let's come over here and let's see feature container. Now we have to copy this particular styles, including this border, and let's comment down this particular styles and go to this feature style and paste it over here. Import the font sizes as well as the typography. and now save it. So now what you have to do, remove this unused styles, and yeah, let's come to this car screen. As you can see, let's come to this car screen. Now remove this particular code, minimize it, minimize this as well and this as well, remove this unnecessary code. Now just import feature component and thrice. So yeah, now it is the component which we have used. So if we wanted another row, so we can copy and paste it like this, and we can render some margin, render margin top of 12. So yeah, so as you can see, as we have discussed yesterday, that this particular screen will be a scroll view because it's too much data is there, so it should scroll in vertical direction. But in yesterday's video we have not added any scroll view. So let's see, if a user come to this particular like user clicks on this car, that user will come to this screen. So what should be the sticky part? So if you can see, the book now button should be sticky, but other part should be scrollable, because as a user experience, if you give this book button in the scroll view, so what happens, that user cannot find that book now button until the user scrolls down. So in a user experience, that's a kind of bad experience. So at that case what you have to do, just give that book now button like outside the scroll view, so user can openly see that book now button. So user can go down or he cannot, it's his choice, but he has to show like he has that book now button, so anytime he can click on that and move to the next flow. So in a less click and less experience, he is getting the book now button, so we have to give that. So what we'll do, if you can see, the book now button is over here. So let's click on this particular view, and we can let me visualize you what's happening over here. So if I remove this white color and put the red, so you can see that only this much amount of part is red, right? And we have to apply the scroll view to the whole screen. So if we want to apply the scroll view to the whole screen, let me apply this to here, and now you can see what's actually happening. So if I apply red, so now the red color is applied to the whole screen. Now we want this whole screen to be scrolled, so this main should be a scroll view from React Native. And if you can see like this, so now so it's giving one warning that justify content must be applied to the content container style prop. So because this main has some, okay, so instead of this we had to do to this particular scroll view, because if you can see, the flex was applied to this particular style and flex is applied over here. So let's add it over here, scroll view, React Native, and scroll view. So yeah, let's save it. Let's go to the file. Yeah, now it is scrolling, right? So what we want, we do not want this particular scroll bar because it's an app, so it's our choice to show it or not. So let's remove it, false. And now if you can see clearly, that book now button is going down, which is a sad behavior. So we want the book now button to be visible every time to the user. So what we will do, we'll remove button from scroll view, and we can stick it like this, and we can give a padding horizontal or margin horizontal. We can also do that, but as well as we can also do header indices, sticky header indices, so button can get sticky. So we can also do that, but let's add padding horizontal to this button, which is button style, add styles dot btn. Okay, and let's add it to this screen file. If you can scroll down and add, so let me tell you, if you give the padding, so it will do the padding to the inside of the container. But what we want some margin to be added on left and right side. So if the thing is about of out of the border, so it is margin, and inside the border we use padding. So in this case we are going to use the margin. So let's add margin horizontal and let's make it 18. So if you can see, the button is sticky to the bottom. So let's see if they have given any kind of like background. So no, there is no background. So let me add some render margin bottom 12. Yeah, it's too much, so let's do it 8, or let's go with the 6. So yeah, if you can see, let's remove the red color as it's unnecessary. So yeah, as you can see, it's looking fine. So user can scroll and see the car images, user can bookmark this. As you can see, the heart icon is not getting filled. That logic is also pending, and many more things of the logical side which are pending, the stateless logic, and also the API part is also remaining, which we are going to cover in the next playlist. So let's make the review part. So if you can see, we have this car features, right? So we need the font size to be same like this, as well as we need this see all. So let's add that. So can you see this text? So we need this title, but inside another view. So let's add that view like this and paste it over here. But if you can see that there is some margin, so let's add that margin. So render margin top, I'm going to give it 18, and yeah, I think 18 is too much, so let's try, because I can see here is also 18, so it will look same. So yeah, instead of car feature, we have to give review 125. So yeah, looks good. As well as we need this see all text, which is text, and the color of it is, let me pick one, 7F thrice. So let's add that text. A was capital, so let's add that. So there is also a text, so let's try with the text. So yeah, there was a text style which was available, so I have used that. And let's go with some style which is horizontal. So let's apply that, styles dot flex. Let's check it out if we have space between. Yeah, title container is having and profile container is having, so let's use that profile. Yeah, so now if you can see, we need to make this particular review component. Okay, so let's make this component. Let's add this and let's go to the components and make one review like this. Add the component.tsx, add review.styles.ts, copy the style from feature, add it to the review, remove the unnecessary one which is of no use, yeah, like this, and copy this whole thing, paste it over here, close this and change some name and add it over here, review component, like this. Yeah, now import the styles from review styles, yeah, like this. Now save it. Now what we have to do, just remove this particular things, yeah, remove all of this, and just you have to import this into car screen. Simple, like review component. Yeah, so let's add one text so that you can recognize. review. Yeah, if you can see, the component is now added. So what we have to do, let's add this particular component now. So the component will be a pressable one, as well as there will be a profile and name and this. So let's add this. So let's open up the styles and let's name it a card. So the background color will be colors.white. It will have border width, which will be 1, which will have border color. It will be colors.border. Let's see border color. Yeah, it's border. So let's add border radius. Let's add it 12. How much they have given? They have given around, let's see, 10. So instead of 12, let's add 10. And now add this profile picture. So instead, for that, I'm going to import the assets. I'm going to destruct the person and then add the image from React Native, add resize mode, which is contain, add the source, which is person, yeah, like this, and add one style, styles dot person, or you can as well as name the profile. Add the width, add it 18, add the height, yeah, 18 is too small, let's do it 28. I think make it 38. Yeah, looks good. If you can see, let me show you the profile. This particular icon, which is profile, is much bigger than this, so we have to make sure that these are not looking same. So I'm going to do it at least 20 to 32. Yeah, looks good. Add this particular name. So if you can see, the name is 14 semi bold. So let's do that. Text John Doe, add it, add review title, copy over here, font size dot 14, and the color will be colors dot black. Font family will be typography of what it was, semi bold. So it was semi bold. Yeah, looks fine. Yeah, now if you can see, we have a flex direction. So let's add flex row call gap. So let's add the flex direction row, align item center, and call gap, which is scale of 18. So let's wrap it into view and let's add it styles of FRCG. So 18 is too much, let's do 12. So now let's do 10. So as you can see, let's add the card. So we have added the gap inside these two. So let's do one thing, styles.card, and go to the here, and you can see there is card. So for your visualization, let me add the red so you can visualize it properly. If you can see left and right side and top and bottom, there is some padding. So let's add that. Padding horizontal, scale of 12, padding vertical, scale of 12. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it looks good. Now if you can see, we have also added one border with a border radius. But now let's do one thing, let's add this 5. So let's go back for it and see, we have already this 5 with star. So let's bring that first. If you can see, over here we have that. So let's copy and paste it over here and import this font awesome from font awesome, and we'll also need this text bold and F12. So let's see, we need this text bold, so I'm going to put text bold, and also I need the review container, which is this. Copy, and then come to our component, save it. So let's see, yeah, it is looking fine. So do one thing, there is some spacing between these two, so let's add that. Let's keep it like this, yeah. And this is review container, and instead of review container, let's add it to the frcg, so both have equal like styling. And now this should be space between. So now what you have to do, let's do one thing, this is frcg, and let's keep it to the separate, yeah. So now we have to put all of these two things to another styles. So let's add that style, flex row space between. So I'm adding it, and justify contain space between, remove the call gap, yeah. So now there is this text, so let's add that text. Let's close this, add the text, add lorem 30, yeah. Now you have to copy the color, which is 7 thrice, 7f thrice, and 12 and regular. So let's do one thing, add the size over here, style dot text, add over here text like this, font size dot 12, color will be colors dot placeholder. So let's see, color has 7f, yeah, it's having 7f. So let's come over here and write font family, which is typography of a regular one, yeah. So we have done it, if you can see. So let's do one thing, that add some margin top, or we can render it over there. So let's remove the unnecessary imports and go back to the particular screen. It is the car, let me remove it. So yeah, let's go to the car detail. Let me come like close this and open up the car screen. Okay. So now if you can see, we have this review component. So let me add the render margin top 12. So you can see there is margin top, and as well as remove that red color. So let's make it like before, white, yeah. So if you can see that we have this review, but the reviews are scrolling from right to left, okay. So for that we have to add one thing, which is flat list from React Native. Let's add show horizontal scroll indicator, we do not want to show that. Let's add data, so let's add one dummy data. Let's add render item, and let's render this component. We are not going to pass any kind of data. So yeah, you can see over here it's showing 3 cards, but I want it to be horizontal, so let's make it horizontal. So now it's looking fine, right? But now there is issue that just because we have added it a flex, it has taken up a whole space, which is unnecessary. Let's go to the card and remove, let's add one flex. Let's see how it goes. Let's add it a flex. So yeah, it's not working. So in this particular case, what we can do, if you can see why it is happening, just because we have made it flat list to the horizontal, so it is not recognizing that how much width it's actually having. So in this particular case we can add one width. So if we add 100%, so it still do not know that how much to take. So we can add one thing, which is device, or we can also define one particular width. In this case, if you can see, the card has not taken whole width, but the card has some certain width, in this case which is 243. So we can use 243, but as well as if you want the card to take whole device width, you can use dimensions API from React Native, dimensions.window, and then you can quote in and write width. So you can get that as well. So let me do my own thing, which is 240. So yeah, the card has taken a good amount of width, which is necessary for me. So let's add one thing, which is margin right, and now add the margin 12. Yeah, looks good, but let's add 18. Yeah, now it is scrolling and looking perfectly fine. So yeah, it's looking fine. So as you know that we have completed this thing, so let's like stage these changes, and now let's go and move on to another part, which is this, a review screen. So inside it we are going to use the components again, same like this, but some content changes. So let's make a review screen. Come over here, and if you can see, let's see if we have any review screen. No, we do not have. So review, not inside the car, but actually outside the car. Yeah, like this. Add review. Yeah, if you can see, we have review two folders. Inside component we have review, but it is component because it's inside the component, and review inside the screens because it is a screen. So yeah, let's add review screen. Okay, and styles we are going to copy and paste and remove the unnecessary code which we do not need. Yeah, like this. Remove the imports like this. Review screen, yeah, add it to the app navigator. Come over here and now add review screen. Copy paste, come to app navigator route. Yeah, like this. Now the moment you have added it, so let's go and do one thing. Now how user will come to this screen? See, so if a user has clicked this see all, then user should redirect to see all reviews. So let's add that see all. So here you can see there is see all text and we have written view all. So let's make it see all. See all. Yeah, like this. Now add on press, add navigate to this screen, and let's click on this screen. Yeah, it's going on to the review screen. So as you know that review screen is going to be the same as this particular screen. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to import the same styles and the components which I have used, but instead of scroll view, I'm going to use a flat list. So let's copy this, come over here, paste it like this, close the brackets and import the header component. Yeah, now you have to also add the styles. So I'm going to use the styles const styles is equal to create style from review styles. Yeah, like this. Remove the unnecessary imports, and what we need as of now, we only need this things, and as well as I forgot, I need the buttons for sure over here. So let's add the button component, import it from component, and let's add the button style. So come back and go to this, copy this button style, come over here, yeah, like this, and then come back. Now see if you have anything left. No. Let's go to the see all. Yeah, now here is some things we have to consider. If you go to the car screen, we have this container. So let's go and paste it like this. So now you can see it's looking like same to this particular screen. So plus only we need to change the name, which is review. Yeah, S. Okay, S is very important, guys. So let's add one input component. So let's add input component. Let's add placeholder it is going to be find reviews dot 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 find reviews dot 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 dot. Yeah, now you can also pass one left action. So if you have seen my previous video, let me show you what is left action. So left action is basically a icon which you want to pass. In this case, I'm going to pass this icon. You can see that I have passed the left icon over here. Now this on change is missing, so let me add that on change text. So it will log the text whatever we get from the input component. So now there is one thing which is remaining. Go to the car screen and let's see if you can find the main. Right, we need that main because main is having something which we need. If you can see, the main is having this amount of styles, so we need these styles over here like this. So now let's wrap this into one main component. It's going to be a view, and let's add that main component, style dot main. Yeah, like this. Now if you can see, main is having some padding vertical. As of now I do not need that, and padding horizontal it is having, so I do not need this margin horizontal in this case. So let's remove the button style. Yeah, cool. So now there is only one thing which is remaining. Let's add the flat list and let's render our component. So flat list basically should be in a view. So let's add the flat list from React Native, close it properly, add the data 1 2 1 2, and let's add 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 times, and let's give it 10 times. Yeah, cool. Now let's add show vertical scroll indicator. Let's make it to the false. Let's add render item and let's render review component. Yeah, like this. And let's see if we have something to pass. I think no. Yeah, cool. In this particular case, if you can see, the card has taken full width, so I also want it to have the full width, so it should accept something. So if you can see, we can add one interface over here. So let's add interface I review component. Now add over here what I want to this particular card screen. It should card style, it should accept one container style like this. So let's add it over here, and what it is a pressable style. No, it is a view style like this. So let's add it container and I review component. Yeah, cool. So let's come over here. It should be not mandatory basically, so not mandatory. So let's add styles. Let's add container style, style dot review style. Let's add a review card. So now if you can go to the style, you should see this particular style. So let's add flex 1. Nothing happened. So let's see and debug what is the issue. So if I have added this, if I remove this and add flex 1, what's happening? Nothing happened. And remove the margin, so it's taking full width. So let's debug it. What is the basically issue? If I add flex 1, it's not taking, and if I add width 100, yeah, it's taking. So let's do one thing. To this container style review card, let's add width which is 100%. Let's remove margin right 0. Yeah, but in our case we need a margin top, so let's add that margin top. Let's add scale of 12. Let's see how much they have given. Yeah, they have around 12, I can see. So can we go to the 14? Yeah, looks good. Let's see the color. If you can clearly see that the background is having another color but the card is having a white color. In our case we doing the similar thing, F8, and to the card screen the color should be white. So if it is red, so let's give the colors dot white. Yeah, it's already white. So yeah, it's looking fine. But there is another thing, which is the button. Where's the button? Can you see it? No, right? So let's fix that. So let's add flex 1 and the background color red. So yeah, the button is invisible right now because the height is not defined. So if I change anything, nothing is happening. So let me tell you what is the issue. So let's visualize it. So if you go to the main, and if it's having one red color, so it has this much amount of space. Let's remove the border, top and left radius. We do not need this. So if I do it 0.9, so it's still going out of the box. Let's make it a flex 1. So if I just like reduce it, the data, let me show you. Now the book now is visible. So what is happening? It's having justify content. Let's remove it as well. So yeah, so in this particular case, what we need this to take at least this much amount of height, and book now should be stick to the bottom. So as you know that this is not a scroll view, so it can be possible. So how it is possible? Let's add one flex. So let's add it over here, flat list container like this, and add it under the main and add it flex 1. Let me give a background color of let's say yellow. Let's save the file. So now it has taken this much amount of space. So the moment I'm adding another content, now see what is happening. So it's scrolling inside it because I have added the flex. So if I have 9, if I have 8, 9 and 10, so now it is still taken this much amount of space. So yeah, it's working fine, but I need some render margin top at least 8, as well as render margin bottom. Over here I can add render margin bottom 8. Yeah, it looks good. Let's remove the color. Yeah, perfect. So now the UI is looking good. So if you can see, the UI is looking kind of good to me. Yeah, if you can see, the search is also stickable, so user can search even if he goes on the bottom side, and he can click on any kind of review card and he can read that. So yeah, that's it for this video, and do like, comment, share and subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. And we are on this branch, so let's commit the code. Let me show you how I commit my code. So let's add that, git add, git commit -m, updated the review screen, git push, and yeah, now what we can do, let's close the browser, and let me tell you guys, whatever you have inside your mind, anything related to my content, related to me, related to you, just write down in the comment box so I can know like who you are, like what is your age and what you do. And please do share my channel a lot, and stay happy, stay safe and do work hard. That's it.